3, 4. I'm getting them everywhere.
Hello.
There's a lot of tough, like, more adult subjects in this book, but it's under the lens of middle grade, so, like, well, how do I even explain this? Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey, and we're about to get very, very nerdy with week 3 of Believathon. So it is the third week of the month, the third week of Believathon, and I've finished 2 out of 6 books. So we got some reading to do, but I do have some plans for the week. Exciting plans, hopefully. So I am bringing one book over from last week, which is Song for a Whale by Lynn Kelly. This is, I don't remember what this is in for, but it's in for both my personal TBR and Believathon. And I've only made it about 20 pages in. I do have this on audio, so I'm hoping to dive into this one a little bit more in this upcoming week, and we'll see what happens with this. I had plans to read it this past weekend, and then it didn't go so well. But this book follows a girl named Iris, who is the only deaf kid in her school, and she discovers and kind of learns about this whale called Blue 55, who kind of speaks at a different frequency than all the other whales, so he is unable to communicate with them, and she feels very connected to this whale because she feels exactly like that. She can't communicate with anybody except for her translator. And so it's tough. And then so she kind of goes on an adventure, I think. I haven't made it, obviously, to that part yet in the book, but on the back it does say that she, like, decides that she's going to create this mechanical technology thing so that he can actually communicate with people. So I'm very curious where this goes. Again, I've only made it like 20 pages and I'm already angry for her. Just like, I don't know, the situations that she's in and the things people say to her, I just want to like slap them across the face. So I think this is going to be a really great book. I just need to actually take the time to read it. So I'm doing that one on audio, and then as always we do have 2 books going at once, an audio and a physical. And my physical I haven't started yet, but I'm going to start it today because it is this book, which is 13 Curses by Michelle Harrison. This is the second in her 13 Treasures series, and I am buddy reading this series with my friend Teresa. I will leave her channel linked down below. But I've sectioned it, I don't know if you can tell, but I've sectioned it, and we're hoping to start it today and finish it by Sunday. So in theory I will have finished this before the end of the vlog. We'll see how that works, because we have plans this week. But this, I don't really know where this book's gonna go, but the first one follows our main character Tanya, and she can see fairies, but no one else can see fairies, or like she doesn't know of anybody else who can see fairies. And so due to some circumstances, her mom kind of ships her off to her grandmother's house in the country for a couple of weeks in the summer. And it's just that there's a mystery surrounding like this person or this girl who's been missing for 50 years that her grandmother knew, and like a connection to the house and all of this crazy stuff, as well as being able to see these fairies. And so we continue the story with this one. I'm not sure how much I'm going to update you on this as I'm reading, because again it is a sequel, but I'm excited to dive in. So I think I sectioned it off by like 60 something pages a day, 63-ish pages a day. So I think I'll be able to get through this relatively quickly. It is a pretty fast-paced middle grade story. So I'm excited to dive in, so I will be starting this one today. And those are my reading plans, hopefully, to start off this week with. But this week I'm working from home, so I will be kind of at home chilling. I'm hoping to pre-film a bunch of videos because we are getting close to the end of the year, which means end of the year content and Christmas videos, which I put so much out in December. I will say I'm not nearly to the extent of like Haley from Haley and Bookland, who puts out 1 video a day for December, which, oh my gosh, props to her. I do 3 a week. But I'm really excited about them, and I'm really excited about some of the stuff that's coming out. So I need to pre-film those this week. So we'll see. I was hoping to get started today, but I know that you guys probably can't tell, but my voice is going already. And I've literally had 1 update in this today. And it's because I talked a lot this weekend. So maybe I'll take a break day and edit a bunch today and then start filming tomorrow. Well, we'll see. But I do need to put some books away. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a stack of historical romances, and then I have more here. And those are all books that I picked up this weekend from both Y'all Fest as well as the used bookstore that we went to. There's a lot here. I don't even know if I'm going to have room. It's going to be an adventure. That's what it's going to be, so I need to put those away. But I thought I would do, before we did anything, is I got a fun package in the mail. I know exactly what it is. It's this very large box, as you can see, and it is the November line from Kindness and Candles. She did a specific line dedicated to tropes, which I'm very excited about. I think some of them are going to be amazing, but it got here on Friday, and I have not had time to unbox it. So I thought I'd just show you kind of what they looked like. I am no longer a rep for them, but y'all know how much I love these candles, so it doesn't really matter. Seriously, go find someone. There are rep codes out there. I will buy these forever. She also today announced her Christmas/December line, and it looks, oh my god, amazing. Seriously, go friggin' check it out. Okay, so, ooh, this box smells so good. So let me get them all out, and then I'll just show you as we go. Ooh, there's some fruity in here, and I am a fan. I don't know how to do this without getting them everywhere, because I'm really good at that. There are 8. There should be 8 in here, and I got all candles. I didn't buy any wax melts this time. Okay, let me get them out of the packaging too. So, she's done one before, which is Enemies to Lovers, and it's my favorite trope. I'm not gonna lie. But some of these, I can't wait to burn one today, because I don't know about y'all. If you can tell, I'm in a red shirt. You can't see it, but hold on, I'll grab it. I have a new Christmas mug I picked up a couple of weeks ago. It's got like Santa and a sleigh, and it says Merry Christmas to all, but it's like a good size mug. And so it's the first time I've been using that, and I may or may not have officially started listening to Christmas music today. I was gonna hold off, and then I remember that Darren Criss came out with a Christmas album. So here we are, and it's freezing. It's freaking cold. Ugh, so I am ready for the Christmas everything. I also apologize if you can hear any construction. I live on a main road, and they have decided to officially do construction on said main road, and it's literally outside my house. Like, there's a truck outside. I'm looking at it. They're putting up like a guardrail and like cement blocks and stuff. It's great fun. So I get to deal with that for the next month or so. No, probably the next year or so, as far as construction goes. I don't know what's going to be like, but I apologize if you can hear it. I'm hoping that my mic will not pick it up as much, because it's not facing that way, but we'll see. So there are 8 candles. Like I said, I did all get them in candle form. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with them now. But this is a specific line that she's done, so all of them are tropes, and I am beyond excited. There's a couple that I'm very excited about because of scents and stuff, and the one that I was the most curious about is the one that I actually opened first, so we'll do that one, and that is this one, which is Fake Dating, and it is apple, eucalyptus, and pine. Now, apple, pine, and cinnamon are all Christmas scents to me, so this one I feel like is going to be a Christmas scent. Look how well that matches. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's good. That's a nice one. It's a nice clean apple scent. I'm sure there's pine in there, but the apple is the strongest. No, there it is. And then we've got the one bed trope, which is, oh no, can I read this? Tonka bean, peppercorn, and orange peel. Interesting. And then we've got, ooh, look at that. Nice and sparkly. Ooh. You do get that like citrus scent, but it's, oh my, it kind of smells like clean linen if you washed it on like a citrus scented detergent, you know? And then we have the found family trope, right? They're not in focus because I'm in focus. So that's rosemary, sage, and raspberry. Interesting. We've got, ooh, a nice purple. Ooh. I definitely get the raspberry. But it's like a, oh my god, I don't even know how to explain this. It's like a fruity spice. You know? Does that make any sense? Oh, I like that a lot. It does kind of give me like I'm going to visit grandmother's house vibes almost. So that's a good like found family, you know? And then we've got Faded Mates here, which is, oh no, Plumeria, lavender, and dark musk. I'm sure I did not pronounce that right, but lavender. So very excited about that. Oh, and matches so nicely. That's the good stuff right there. It's got a very floral scent to it. It smells like spring. I'm gonna have to hold off to this one and, oh my gosh, that's so nice. One of my faves so far. Were we surprised because it had lavender in it? We shouldn't be. And then we've got Marriage of Convenience, and this is bergamot, violet, and sandalwood. Throwing things now. And then we've got this nice, like, red color. Oh! This smells very good, but I cannot even explain to you what this smells like. I have no comparisons for it. Smells very good. Yeah. Oh, I have absolutely no idea how to explain that to you, but it smells very good. All right, then we've got Frenemies, Friends to Lovers, which is also lavender, jasmine, and lemongrass. I expect to love this one as well. Ooh, matches the cover pretty well. Oh, the lemon is the strongest one. It kind of smells like Pledge a little bit, like, you know, those wood cleaning pledges that smell like lemon. I love that smell, so that's a good thing. But like, that's what it reminds me of, is like, you walk in a room and you're like, oh, someone has just cleaned the wood in this room. I bet you if I burn it, I'll get some of the other, like, other floral things like the lavender and the jasmine, but oh my goodness. I am getting a little bit of the jasmine, I think. Then we have Forced Proximity. Look at that. Which is champagne, grapefruit, and peaches. Interesting combination. I'm excited. Ooh, nice pink. Ooh. I definitely get the grapefruit the most, but it's not as prominent as it has been in a couple of the other candles that she has put out that have grapefruit in it. It's like a subtle grapefruit. All right, and the last one is Second Chance Romance, which is cotton, white curate, and lemon. And then we've got this nice pink and gold. Matches the cover. Ooh! So this one smells very similar to, what was it, the one bed one, where it smells like clean linen if you washed it in a lemon scented detergent. This smells like laundry, and I love the smell of laundry. Oh, that smells really good. I like all of these. I think Fated Mates, if I had to pick one, would be my favorite out of these. But they all smell so freaking good for different reasons. I love the scent profiles in relation to, like, what it is. Like, for example, like I said, one bed smells like linen, which was kind of fun since it's like a, you know, a bed kind of thing. Oh my goodness, these were so good. So this was great. I hope you enjoyed my random unboxing. But let's get into today. I don't know what's gonna happen. I put on makeup and everything. I might as well do one video, maybe. But I need to sort out my shelves first. I'm gonna do that first, and then we'll see where we are. But come along this journey with me of the week. We'll talk next when I have updates. Whenever that will be. friends, it's Friday, and I'm here because I have all of the updates for you. I am a little behind this week, but I'm doing not bad. But I did end up finishing Song for a Whale yesterday sometime, and I ended up giving this one 5 stars. It was incredible. One of my favorites of the month, for sure. I freaking love this book so much. So, I'm sure I've said what this is about in this vlog, but basically it follows this girl who is deaf, and she's the only deaf kid in her school, and she learns about this whale which is called Blue 55 because it speaks on the 55 hertz frequency, and it's a different frequency than the other whales, so we can't really communicate with any of them. And she is very like electronic brain. She tries to fix radios in her free time from this guy who kind of owns like a junk shop, and she basically fixes radios for him, and he'll like pay her obviously. And so she really knows about like all this frequency and stuff, so she kind of creates a song for him to be played, and then goes on this grand adventure to make sure it's played for this whale. And it's honestly one of the sweetest stories because like there's a lot of subjects and a lot of topics and a lot of things that our main character goes through being deaf and trying to communicate in a world where no one can really communicate with her except for like a handful of like friends. And like I said, she's the only deaf girl at school, and there's a school nearby that is for deaf kids. So like her best friend goes to this school, his mom works at this school, so she could go and like have her teachers speak sign language and learn about like even subjects that she would have never had in like normal school, which is like, for example, history on the deaf community and sign language and things like that that like are just new for her. And so that's a whole separate issue with her mom. And her dad can't really fully speak ASL, so it's hard to communicate with him at times, and her mom has to translate a lot of the time. So really she can communicate with her best friend, her mom, her brother, and her grandparents, and that's really about it. And then obviously her personal interpreter that comes to school with her. So she has a lot of stuff at school that's tough, but then she connects with this whale, which I learned in the author's note is technically not a real whale, but it's based on a real whale, which I believe is called 52 Blue. Yeah, 52 hertz whale is what it's called. And it's a real whale that speaks on 52 frequency. And it's just out in the wild. No one really knows where it's at. And so the author found that fascinating and decided to kind of create the story. Plus the author herself is an ASL interpreter, so it does kind of come from a pretty, almost very realistic place. And I don't know, like a lot of the things that this girl goes through and the feeling of like loneliness and, you know, just wanting to be able to communicate with people and not being able to do so is tough. And I don't know, it's just, it had its moments and it was really sweet. So yeah, I highly recommend this book. I got 5 stars. I was sucked in almost immediately, and then really got sucked in the last couple of days and just didn't want to do anything but read the story because I found her story and her just trying to create this thing for a whale so that the whale wouldn't feel alone was just fascinating. So 5 stars. Freaking love that book. And then I did start another audiobook, which is The Strangers, which is the first in the Greystone Secrets series by Margaret Patterson Haddix. I am 118 pages in, so on chapter 19. There are like 60 chapters in this book. It's ridiculous. But I was sucked into this one immediately as well. So this is the author who wrote the Missing series, which I read the 6th of last week, I mean. And it's a very different world as well, so it's very modernized. It's not as sci-fi as that one is, so I'm very interested to see, because there are some things that are happening. Like, this is full on a mystery book, and I got sucked in immediately. So this book follows 3 siblings, Chess, Emma or Emily? It's Emma. Chess, Emma, and Finn. And so the book starts with them learning on the news that 3 siblings in a different state from them are missing. And they have the same first and middle names and birthdays as these 3 kids. And then their mom unexpectedly goes on a business trip, leaving them with a family friend that like they didn't even really know existed. And so it's them trying to figure out where the heck their mom went, what the heck is going on, because there's a lot of questions about them and why this story so impacted their mom and why she kind of like disappeared all of a sudden. And they've been finding some things in their house that she has left them, and they're like, we need answers. And I'm sucked in. I think I like this one a little bit more than the Missing series, and I don't know if that's because I've been with those characters for so long that like from the beginning I found some of them really annoying, and where these characters are not nearly as annoying. I kind of love them, I want to hug them, and I just want them to be happy and safe. So we follow these three kids. Finn is the youngest, Emma is the middle, and Chess is the oldest, and he is 12, so he's in 6th grade, Emma's in 4th grade, and I can't remember what Finn is, but I think he's in like 2nd grade or something like that. So they're just trying to figure out what's going on, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the writing, I don't know if it's the plot development. I think it's probably the plot, but I got sucked in within like 2 chapters of this book. There was something very enticing about what was going on, and it's from all 3 kids' perspectives. It kind of like rotates between them, so we have Finn, Emma, Chess, Finn, Emma, Chess, so it kind of like is telling the story from all 3 of their perspectives, which is very interesting because they're all very different minded. Like Finn is the youngest, so he's just trying to like get by and wants his mom back, and Chess, being the oldest, really just wants to protect his family, and Emma, being the middle kid, is really like statistic brained as well, so she thinks very logically about things, and so just seeing their different reactions and their different interpretations of the situation is really interesting. And so it's the 3 of them, and then the woman that is taking care of them has a daughter who just went to I guess she went to 6th grade, so that would mean Chess is actually in 5th grade, but she and Chess used to go to school together, and so she's now grown up, but she's kind of trying to help them figure out what's going on. So it's a mystery of sorts. But what I'm very interested about is I went on Goodreads to see kind of what this genre would be, like would I categorize it as contemporary, would I categorize it as mystery, and mystery was the #1, but the second genre was fantasy. And I'm so curious what the heck that means. Like, is that going to be like the big plot twist at the end as to when we figure out what the heck is going on? I need to know. So I'm gonna fly through this one. I do have this on audio, which I'm really enjoying. I do like the audio narrator, and this is a series I'm gonna love. There's definitely at least 3 out. I don't know if there's gonna be any more. I don't know if it's more than a trilogy, but according to Goodreads, all 3 of them are out. So I'm gonna need to get my hands on these because I am obsessed, and I just want to keep reading. But I do, like I said, I have the audiobook, which goes away in a couple of days, so I'm hoping to get through a good chunk of this today, because like this weekend is kind of like we're going to see some family, so it's like we'll have some openings at like night, but we won't have like during the day. We'll be pretty busy. So I'm hoping to get through this really quickly because like I need answers. And as I'm filming, I literally just got the notification that this was due soon. So I'm so excited to continue. I'm in love. So that's a good one. And then I have made some progress in 13 Curses. So I said I was going to start this on Monday, and I read like a page, or maybe a little bit more than a page, and I was really bad. And so I was literally about to message Teresa because like this is a buddy read, and she messaged me and was like, hey, so I haven't started yet. And I was like, oh my god, same though. And so we just ended up starting on Wednesday instead. So I am still a little bit behind. I finished the first section and half of yesterday's section last night, so I have a couple more chapters in yesterday's section, and then if I can get today's section in mostly, that would be great. I'm finding reading it at night like while lying in bed is actually very good, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm on chapter 9, which is almost 100 pages. It's 98 pages into this book, and I'm very interested in the story because like we have all of our characters, and our main girl Tanya has come back to her grandmother's house, and so we're seeing all these characters that we have met in the first one, but according to the back, the plot is going to follow primarily one side character that we met about halfway through the first book, and so I'm very curious to see how that goes, because as of right now, the two not timelines, but the 2 plots where the side character and then our main character Tanya are separated, and so I'm curious to see when they kind of like whatever that word is, come together, and see where it goes, because there are some things happening at the house, and and then there are also things happening with this side character. So I'm so invested in this. I'm very much enjoying this one. It is taking place in October, so I would say this is also like a pretty decent, the series I'm thinking is a pretty decent series to like maybe start the first one at the end of the summer, start this one in the fall, and then like I don't know what the third one's going to be set in, but like this takes place only a couple of months after the events of the first book. So this is probably a decent like fall read. So I'm glad I'm reading this about near the end of fall. But I'm really enjoying this one. I got sucked in relatively quickly. It took me a couple of chapters to get in, but once I was in, I was like, oh, things are happening. And once we saw Tanya for the first time coming back to her grandmother's house, I was very interested in kind of the changes that happened there. So I am enjoying this one. I'm going to try to continue reading this one a little bit more and then dive into this one. I do need to do some editing today. I mean, I don't need to do some editing, but I would like to do some editing today. And that's really about it. That's my plans. So I'm going to dive into this one some more. Again, like I said, really enjoying it. And I'm having a pretty good week so far, I would say, because like I've only finished one book, but it was a 5-star, and I fully expect to finish this one before the week is over. I do not expect to finish this one, but I do expect to finish this near the beginning of next week if I can actually stay on top of my reading sections. I'm really bad at it, but I'm gonna freaking do it. I'm gonna freaking do it because I am now invested in the story again. It did not take as long to get back into the story. Now, it's only been a couple of months since I read the last one, but it did not take quite as long to get into the story. And I think that she did a very good job of reminding the reader without going on for pages, kind of what happened in the book before, especially with the prologue. The prologue was very well done as far as like trying to remind you what happened. So I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty good week because honestly, like beyond these, I have one other book that's on my TBR for Believathon. It's not on my personal TBR, it's on like the TBR for Believathon. So I want to switch that one out, honestly, because like I'm not feeling it right now, but I don't know what to put instead of it. So I don't know, we might re-roll for that one and cheat a little bit. We'll see. We'll see what next week happens. But so far, this week has been a very good reading week so far, and it looks to be to continue on that path. So yay, I'm finally reading. It took 2 weeks and I'm finally getting some middle grades in and I'm loving them. Hello! So it is actually Monday night, and I'm coming on here to wrap up this vlog, or at least this week's vlog, because this weekend was crazy. We went down to see some family, and it was just jam-packed the entire time, so I got almost zero reading done. I did listen to some of my audiobook, and then today I actually finished it, so I thought I'd kind of wrap it up here. So I did finish The Strangers by Margaret Patterson Haddix, and I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was really well done. It kept me on the edge of my seat. It does do a fun little twist thing in this book, which I've noticed she likes to do, is like take the story and give it some sort of sci-fi fantasy twist when you least expect it, and that's kind of what she did here. But it almost felt like a little bit like magical realism in a sense, because it felt very much like this could happen. And so I'm just very interested to see where we could go, because it did kind of leave off on somewhat of a cliffhanger. Now some things were solved, but not everything was solved, and so I really want to get into the second one. So this is definitely a series for me, and I highly recommend it if you are someone who likes, you know, action-packed things. So I ended up really enjoying this one. Like I said, 5 stars. I don't really want to say too much about it, just because, like, there's a lot in this book, and she does what she's really good at, and that is like taking something and twisting it. So I can't even tell you probably when I do eventually read the rest of the series anything about those books, because twist. But I did really enjoy this one. It was so much fun. I liked it. It was action-packed. I liked it more than the Missing series by this author, and now I really want my husband to read it because I think he's going to really enjoy this one. So I ended out the week with a 5 star. Actually, I ended out the week with 2 5 stars, because I also gave Song for a Whale 5 stars. I had a really good week. I finally got some reading done. I finally got some really, really good reading done, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I will be taking 13 Curses into next week with me. I don't remember what I told you when I last talked to you, but I am on page 124, which is chapter 11. So I'm all kinds of behind. So this will be my primary focus next week. I need to get to page 255, because that's chapter 21, so just that little section right there, because that's where Teresa is, and I need to catch up, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I have really enjoyed what I've read, but I haven't given it much time, so I'm hoping that next week, well, it's last week, so I have to dive into this one. So this is going to be my primary focus next week. But that's really all I have for you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know how your week went, if you were participating in Believathon, or just how your reading went if you are not. But if you liked this video, and I very much hope that you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to be part of this awesome growing family. I've also got all my social media down there, as well as other fun bookish links, so don't forget to check all of that out. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!